Alright guys, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. This is Fash and I'm so excited to be here. So in this tutorial we will take a look at what Panda really means. This is another module in Python when you want to analyze data that you really need to focus on. It's very important. It does a lot of stuff, and let's dive in and look at what exactly Pandas does as a functionality. So first and foremost, what is Pandas? Pandas is a Python library used for working with data sets. You can have big data, probably from your Excel file, probably from your database like SQL, which stands for structural query language, probably from your MongoDB. Anyway, your data is actually coming from your source. When you get a lot of data, big data from your source, you have a lot of complexity that comes with the data. Like probably the data is not complete, the data might be heavy, the data, you need to perform some kind of functionality on this particular big data. So if you want to do that, you can actually use Pandas to do that. And Pandas is a library used for working with data sets. So that is what I mean by data set. It has functions for ASEM. I have created an acronym like ASEM. A stands for analyzing, cleaning, exploring, and manipulating. So anytime you see ASEM, like that is Pandas functionality. So you can use it to analyze data, you can use it to clean data if you have some kind of wrong data inside of it, or you can use it to explore data and even manipulate data to suit it to your own taste, so that you will be able to make decisions based on some statistical theory. So why Panda is important in data science? That Pandas allow us to analyze big data, like I said, and make conclusion based on statistical theories. I think I've said that just now. And Pandas can clean messy data sets and make them readable and relevant. Sometimes you might have some data that probably when you look at it, you might be having the feeling that, oh, this data is not clear enough, I can't read it, it is not readable. Probably there's some kind of characters that makes that data not to be clear. You can easily use Pandas to do that. I'm going to put you through all the way, step-by-step procedure and how this thing is done as we move on in this tutorial. Okay, so relevant data is very important in data science. So that is why I said it's very important. You cannot just be using any out data. It has to be relevant for you to be able to use it to create your own models, for you to be able to use it to make your decision, for you to be able to carry that data and take it to machine learning to start building stuff that artificial intelligence can make use of for deep learning and the likes. Panda is very important, trust me, just like NumPy. Okay, so what are the things we're going to cover in this tutorial? The first thing is that we're going to take a look at introduction, and that is exactly what I'm doing right now. And at the same time, we're going to see how we can get started, how can we install our Panda. And the third thing is Panda series. I'm going to take you through all the way. What is data frame? What is how can we read data from chunks of Excel files straight down to our Jupyter? What is read? How do we read from JSON? How do we analyze data? How can we clean data? And how can we work on some empty cells on data? Cleaning wrong formats, cleaning wrong data, remove duplicates, correlation, and plotting. All this is what we're going to take a look at step by step. All right, let me just dive in something. If you want to install Pandas, you just come to your command prompt like the way we normally do. Type cmd. When you click command prompt, type cmd and say pip. You need to ensure that you are connected to the internet. If you are not, please do, because if you are not, you will not be able to do this. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do is that we're going to see how we can get started by using pip install Pandas. It is Pandas, not Panda. So all you have to do is just say pip install Pandas. You can see how very easy that is. You just check, am I connected to the internet? I have to check right now. I have to check whether I'm connected or not. Let me check it out. Okay, I'm connected to the internet. So all I have to do is just hit on enter. So by the time you hit on enter like this, is going to get all those data from the repository, GitHub repository or whatever. Okay, requirements already satisfied. Pandas has already been installed. Probably that means I have successfully installed Pandas on my system. Okay, if you have not, kindly do. You're going to see how it's going to be downloading, and the result you're going to see it. All right, good. So if I want to know whether Pandas has been successfully installed, I have to do something, or I have to start creating some kind of stuff. Okay, how can I do that? Okay, let's move on. Let me scroll down and create a new cell right in there. I'm creating a new cell right away, and I'm going to say import don't worry, is that import, should have gotten used to it by now. Import pandas as pd. All right, good. So when you say import pandas as pd, let's run it and let's figure out what exactly is going to happen. You can see this goes straight forward. Okay, good. So this is it. So in the next tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to actually start creating stores. But before I go, let me just do some kind of stuff so that you see how very wonderful this is. I talk about data frame. I'm going to explain as we move on in this tutorial. But let's say, for instance, we want to create some data sets. So let's just say first data set. Don't worry, first data set. So if you have first data set, so these I want it to be like in curly brace. Don't forget how we normally do our dictionary. So let me say I want to have some kind of cars and the persons. All right, cars is a keyword. So what are the cars that I have? And I want it to be inside list. So I want to say I have just 2 cars. I think I have Toyota. I like Toyota so much, and I like Benz, Toyota and Benz. Okay, and Benz. Okay. All right. So you can see this. All right, good. You can see this. So you can actually copy all this and highlight it. So this is the first list of dictionary that I want to have, and I want to have another one like inside the list, and this is going to be like, okay, fine, I want to have persons. All right, I'm going to explain 3, and this one I don't want it to be in letters, words. I want it to be in numbers. Let me say 3 and 2. All right, good. So by the time you do this, you can see, let's you have successfully created your first data set. Don't worry, this is not what I'm going to be making use of. We just want to use this to explain something real quick. All right, good. You can see you have your data set right now. Let's now see, take for instance, we want to use data frame to display this. How can we do that? Just say, okay, f data frame, which stands for first data frame. It's just a variable. I just pick that from my end and say pd, because we have denoted it as use panda as pd, just like the way we normally do numpy as what, np. All right, okay, good. So it just says pd dot. So data frame, we are going to explain more on it, but just watch out for something I'm about to do right now. Data frame. Okay, and I'm going to paste that thing inside, which is my first data set. Okay, good. So by the time we do that, let's roll it. You can see it's not giving us what we want, but it's just print it out right now and paste it in there. This fd data frame, let's paste it inside. Okay, good. All right, let's figure out what exactly it's going to look like. You can see it gives us this thing in tabular what form, that is in frame. You can see it gives us 0 here, Toyota with passing, and this thing is just like a cell. All right, so this is a typical example that Python has been, Pandas has been successfully installed on our system. All right, don't forget pip install pandas is going to install, and once it's installed, now for you to get whether it is installed or not, just run this code. If it's run perfectly well like this, welcome on board, and we're going to move in from there. So in the next tutorial, we're going to take a look at Pandas series, and until then, I can't wait to have you in the next tutorial. Have fun and bye for now.